Hello friends, let's talk about ceramic coating and my GR Yaris. So this is a 2020 model that I bought from a dealership. It was 6 months old when I bought it and it had just over 1,000 Ks on the clock. So it was an original delivery $39,000 sale car that was driven for 6 months and then put back on the showroom floor. I did pay a premium for it, but I just really wanted to get my hands on one, and this was the only one at the time that was for sale in this color, and I absolutely love this color. I know it's there's some divided opinions between GR Yaris owners, but I absolutely love the red. So it just worked out, the timing was right, and I could just drive in with my old car, trade it in and drive straight out with this one. It does currently have a ceramic coating on it that was put on by the dealership, but the reason for making this video today is because I'm gonna have it redone. While going for a little drive through the national park, which you may have seen in the last video, this happened. Yep. And it may not have sounded that bad in the video just there, and it certainly didn't sound as bad on the day, but the result was this. Yeah, not great. It was really weird. I didn't get out and check the car straight away. I didn't feel like I needed to. The sound wasn't actually that bad in the car at the time. It wasn't until the next day that I was actually parked at a supermarket next to some other cars, and I always kind of do a walk around, and it wasn't until then that I noticed it. And I actually thought it was another car that had scraped it, but after further inspection and realizing that it was above the arches and kind of the line of the scratch, I realized it wasn't another car at all. I kind of remembered the sound while I was driving, went back and checked that footage that you've just seen, and there you go. So I've definitely learned my lesson, and if there's any advice I can give to anyone going to do a national park run is watch out for those little branches that stick out. They're really hard to see, and as you can see, can cause quite a bit of damage. So after doing a bit of research, I found some guys in the inner west of Sydney called Fine Shine Detailing, and they're really confident they can fix it, which is awesome. It's actually, I don't know if you can see it here in this shot, but it's not too deep. So they just think a few layers back of buffing and obviously a re-ceramic coat should do the job. The manager actually said he'd do me a bit of a deal. He would do a full paint correction and re-ceramic coat the whole car for not much more than having to re-ceramic coat these 3 panels here. They use a really awesome product called, I'm just going to read it here, Gtechniq Crystal Serum Ultra. So it's an excellent top of the range wipe-on ceramic coat. It's gone through heaps of R&D, produced in the UK, and it's really, really strong and comes highly recommended. It's kind of worked out because there are a couple of other niggly spots that I'd like addressed. One here that I did with the hose while washing the car, and there's also a little nick just up here on the spoiler, which they should hopefully be able to buff out when they do the full paint correction as well. So yeah, should be good. Ultimately, the main reason for getting a ceramic coat or considering getting a ceramic coat is to protect against chemicals. So bird poo or possum wee, or even anything you might drive through while driving along the road. And especially if you're keeping your car open to the elements a lot, if you park it outside a lot under trees, the ceramic coat can really help protect the paint over time. The other thing it really protects it against is swirl marks from washing the car with different sponges or chamois or brushes. I keep this washed with the same sponge and chamois, and I try and change them over regularly to avoid from swirl marks and things like that. But I do actually have a couple on the back here, which I'll show you, especially on the gloss black bits. So hopefully this ceramic coat will protect against that in the future. I'm quite particular about that. I hate swirl marks. A ceramic coat might not be something that everyone wants to spend the money on. I'm really picky about the quality of the paintwork and the maintenance of it, I guess. I used to work in car washes all through my early 20s, so I learned that very early on. I always kept my cars really, really clean. I'm really passionate about that, so that's why I'm keen to kind of get the right ceramic coat on this car. And even though I do garage this car and I wash it regularly, it can't hurt. You know, this car could become a classic or a collector's item in years to come, and I do plan on holding on to it. So I want to get the ceramic coat done, get it all looking nice and polished up, and also, I mean, the scratch, that's the main reason this is all happening. So get rid of that scratch, get it looking mint. All right, so here we are down at Fine Shine. We are in a shopping center. They do all their work underneath on the floor below. So I'll just give you a bit of a walk around of the car again. Now we're under this awesome lighting. We can see a couple of the pain points again. I mean, I'll show you the scratch again. You can see it a little bit better in this lighting, as opposed to before out in the sun. So that's that there. The other main point I wanted to point out again was this rear black section. I don't know if this part was actually ceramic coated because there's a lot of swirl marks on this area here. So I'm really looking forward to how this part comes up, and the top up here as well. There's this little scratch there that I did mention before. And the other main point at the front is this spot here, which I actually did washing it myself with a high pressure hose dragging over the front, which wasn't fun. The other thing I just want to quickly mention is that these guys washed the car the other day and they did such a good job. Honestly, it's one of the best car washes that I've found in Sydney, especially with the wheels. A lot of people miss the detail in these wheels. These rims are actually really hard to clean, and when I do it myself, it takes me a good kind of 5 minutes per wheel. But these guys do a brilliant job. It's actually one of the best I've seen. Not that I let other people clean my car very often. I generally do it myself, but I'll be honest, there are a couple of times where I've had to let another company do it. Thanks, man. All right, off she goes. And we'll see you in a day or so. All right, fast forward a couple of days and we're here at Fine Shine, and we're in the nerve center of where they clean all their cars and do all their detailing. And look down the end, right down there. There she is. Here are the boys doing the washing, detailing bays, interior bays. Here are the boys here.
This is the man here.
He's the man, he's going to talk to me.
That's it.
All right, I'll come talk to you in a sec. Have a look at this. Wow, that looks epic. Let's go have a look at the scratch straight away. Oh my God, gone. Absolutely disappeared. Even the little bit on the badge, no longer there. That's amazing. Fantastic. And let's have a look at this back. Look at that. Unbelievable. Swirl marks absolutely gone. It's like it's been painted black again. All right, this little bit up here, it looks like that bit was a little bit too deep for them to buff out, which is fine, but this just looks insane. Again, it looks like it's been painted black. And let's go have a look at the front. Yep, front absolutely disappeared. Fantastic. That's so impressive. All these black bits as well look like they've just been repainted black. That's insane. I'm so happy. Feels so smooth. I got to sleep on it. Maybe not. All right, so it's looking epic and I'm stoked. And I'm joined by one of the managers here called Sam. Hey man, how are you?
Hey man, how are you?
Good. So you guys do everything here from normal car washing, inside, outside, cut and polish,
Yeah, we do.
and then all the way through to paint correction,
Yeah, we do.
and then ceramic coat as well.
Yeah, we do. So I believe this car wash, Fine Shine Car Wash, maybe the one of the busiest car wash in Australia.
Yeah,
you
right.
can see it on Google review. Like there is none other car wash more than 1,000 review.
Okay, so the cut and polish part of paint correction is a really important part, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so tell me a bit about how you guys do that.
Yeah. So the first step, the important step is we have to decontaminate all the dirt from the body. So
Yeah.
how we wash it, and then we put a clay bar. So make sure all the surface, all the paintwork is smooth.
Yeah.
We have to make sure it's smooth. After it's smooth, then we do stage 1 paint correction.
Yeah, okay.
After that, we do stage 2 and stage 3.
Okay.
Stage 1 is basically to remove all the scratch, all the swirl mark.
Yep.
And then stage 2 and stage 3 is to remove the excess cutting compound.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Otherwise, if we don't do stage 2 and stage 3, it will be swirl mark if you see it under the sun.
Yeah, sure. And the clay bar, that does most of the work, is that right?
Yeah, we have to, because the clay bar is the only way to make the paint surface smooth.
Smooth,
Yeah, otherwise when we buff it, if the paint is not smooth enough, you will see like a dot.
Yeah, okay. And because with the scrap here, like how far did you have to kind of cut it back to get rid of that scratch? Like how far into the clear coat did you have to cut it back?
Well, it's not that far because it's not too deep. It's
Okay.
only like on the top layer of the paint. So
Okay.
with 2 steps, it's come off.
2 stages.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Talk to me a little bit about this Gtechniq product.
Okay, so for the Gtechniq product, not only customer they using it, I'm using it for my car as well.
Oh, yeah, right.
And Riyadh using it for his car as well, and
Yeah.
the other boys after using for his car as well, and
Yeah.
then the other detailer using for his car as well. So, in my opinion, it's very good.
I read on their website that you have to be trained in applying the Gtechniq product. Is that right?
Definitely. Yeah, it's right because as far as I know, the other ceramic coating product, let's say you put it on the pad, the
Yeah.
special pad for ceramic coating, you put it, let's say like this big,
Yeah,
and then you leave it for, let's say 30 or up to 1 minute.
yeah.
You still can wipe it off and then it will come out perfectly.
Oh, okay.
But for Gtechniq,
Yeah.
you put it like this much and then you leave it even, let's say more than 10 seconds, it will be dry.
Okay.
That's
so you
right.
have to really know what you're doing.
Yeah, so
'Cause
we have,
it sets very quickly. Is that right?
dry very quickly.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, if it's dry, very hard to get rid the, what is it? The excess ceramic coating, the dry section one.
Yeah.
It's very hard. So stress.
Yes.
So stressful because
I
the
bet.
thing is when it's dry, you have to buff it again, right?
Yeah.
You can't just put polish and buff it like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
No, you
yeah.
can't. You have at least do 2 stages because it's very tough.
Yeah.
After you buff it and then the dust everywhere and then you have to blow it
Of
again.
course, yeah, of
After
course.
you blow it, maybe the dust here, you wipe it and scratch again, you have to buff
Yeah.
it again. It's so stressful.
It's like putting an iPhone cover on an iPhone screen.
Yeah, pretty much same. So,
But
yeah.
like tenfold.
Yeah, so that's why you have to be full accredited detailer. When it's raining or when you drive it, let's say for 1 month without wash,
Yeah.
you will see on the bottom here,
Yeah.
it's still pretty much clean.
Really?
Yeah, pretty
Wow.
much clean.
Well, that's good because this particular car, I don't have the mud flaps on this, but this particular car gets extremely dirty down there, and extremely dirty all across the back of the hatch as well. So I'm looking forward to it being very easy to clean.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good one.
Even if you just spray it with the gurney, the water,
Yeah.
come off.
Come off straight up. Yeah, great.
Come off right away.
Yeah, awesome.
That's the benefit of Ultra. That's why I like Ultra. Even it's very hard to apply.
Yeah.
Because the light one and then the Ultra one is different.
Yeah. Tell me about the difference between light and ultra.
Well, like I told you, the Ultra is dry very fast and then it's very tough.
Yeah.
You can see it. Well, you can see it later.
Yeah.
When it's rain, when you park it outside, you can see it different.
Yeah.
With the light, well, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's good, but because I put ceramic coating for the light one on my car and then the Ultra one for my car,
Yeah.
so I compare both this
Yeah.
product. Ultra way much better.
Yeah, yeah,
way,
for sure.
Way much better.
And I think that's the thing as well, because I had the decision of whether to choose the Ultra or the light version. And the Ultra was a couple of $100 more expensive, so I just thought I'd go the full way and get the best product, and it certainly shows. Like, it looks absolutely amazing. So when I come back, I'm going to come back here to get it washed.
Yeah.
Tell me about the type of products you use to now look after this ceramic coat.
Okay, for ceramic coating like this one, usually when you come into our pallet bay, you have to tell one of the guys, my car ceramic coated, please wash it with soft sponge so we know. And then they will put it here on the windshield. Yeah. Ceramic coating on, soft sponge. So the guy there, when they wash it, they know.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, they not put any harm chemical, they not put like, you know, like the other spot, they only use special sponge for brand new car or for ceramic coating one. Yeah. So it's not scratch your car. Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm definitely going to come back here and get these guys to look after it. They use all the right stuff, so stuff that I don't have. They know best, I think. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Good on you. It's looking amazing, and enjoy your car. Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's an awesome car. And I'll see you guys soon for another wash. Okay, thank you. Good on you, mate. See ya. Sam's just showing me his car, which has the Gtechniq Ultra on it as well. He says he hasn't washed it in a month, and it looks amazing. So that's good. Yeah, it looks epic, mate. So the dirt one like this. See? Yeah. That's how Ultra works. Yep. Even if it's stick like this, see, it's very easy. Yeah, right, I see. That's why I'm telling you, I haven't washed this car for a month. Wow. Since, you know, like the 2 weeks whole in a row raining. Yeah, so it's basically it will be like, it's still dirty, but it's very easy. It just comes off really easily. Yeah, amazing. So there you go, the process is done, we're all finished. The scratch is gone and I'm stoked. The car's looking amazing. I'm really happy. And thanks to Sam too for spending the time to talk us through a bit of the process and talk us through the Gtechniq product as well and a bit of the application process. It was actually really interesting to see on his car that hasn't been washed for a month, he says, how the ceramic coat actually dealt with dirt and dirty water in the really vulnerable areas right behind the wheels. That was really cool. So, Fine Shine Detailing. Can't recommend them highly enough. Just to even come and get your car washed, they do a brilliant job. I'm going to put a link to their website in the description below, and also a link to their Instagram, which is pretty cool. They post regularly on a daily basis. They had a McLaren 720S here the other day, Ferrari 488, and they actually had a Senna here a few weeks ago as well. So they deal with some pretty epic cars, and for the owners of those cars to actually trust these guys with dealing with their paint and looking after their paint, it's a pretty big feather in the cap, so they know their stuff here. So I'm going to leave it there for today, so I hope you got a little bit out of it. Thanks for watching and coming on the journey with me, and we'll see you next time.